Good
Good
morning.
morning. Hi.
Hi.
Uh, you were just talking about getting new phones, and I'm like, that sounds so painful. Yes. Everything's
Okay.
such a process. I want to go in, I want to get what I want, and I want to be done. And it's like such a process. Like, ugh.
Can
Like
I
buying
tell
a new
you?
car. You want to know why I don't buy new cars? Because it's a pain. I can just buy a car from somebody else.
Yeah.
Less paperwork that way.
Yeah, no, I get it. I actually, this is so funny that you said that because yesterday, like I've been having issues, I was telling you, like with the service I'd had for years, like the service was still fine, but the customer service was horrible. And I couldn't access my bills online anymore or anything. Like they like deleted my account, but it still existed. And I couldn't see it and they couldn't fix it. And this has been going on for months. So I was like, fuck this. I'm just changing service. So
How
I,
do they lose accounts? Like, I don't understand. I'm sure that it's not that simple, but like, I am on subscribe and save for prenatals
uh,
and I don't have it. I cannot find it on my account anywhere, but I still keep getting them and I keep getting charged for them. And I'm like, is this a sign from the universe that I'm supposed to have more kids? Like, what is it? But I have no idea. Like, besides getting a new card and canceling my current card, I have no idea how to fix it. Like,
like
no
what?
clue.
Right. Well, like they kept, I mean, I've spent like 12 hours of my life on the phone with these
Yuck.
people to try to fix this. Anyway,
Yuck.
so finally yesterday, I was just like, I've had it. We're changing service. So where I was going to go, when I walked in, they were like, oh, yeah, this is going to be like a 3 hour process, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bye. Like, I left. I was like, I can't, I will go crazy if I sit here for 3 hours. Plus, I just didn't have the time. Um, so on my way home,
We did not make the sale, people.
right. Well, on my way home, I was like, oh, there's a Verizon store right down the street from me, and I didn't even ever notice it. Like I can walk to it. So I said, okay, I'm gonna just call them and ask about how long. And the guy was like, so helpful. He was just like, oh yeah, this is like how much it would be. It would take about an hour, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, thank you. I will be down there later. Walk down. It was the easiest process I have ever had in my life,
That's
like
awesome.
doing anything like this. He just popped in, he did it all. Like he was amazing. It was great customer service. And it was done. And like I think it took a little bit over an hour because I had to come home, walk home real quick, and like change my Apple password because I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, I hate that. That's
Yeah.
what's not, as long as you don't need to like transfer everything right then and there. Because I've done that before and they're like, oh, your pictures are going to take forever. And I'm like, I'll just go. Like, if I can log in and sign in to the phone, I don't need to be here. Like,
Right.
bye.
Right. But yeah, it
Pictures
was,
or no pictures. I love my children, but I keep thinking about that. When I die, like, yes, it's cute, but I don't just sit around and look at my own baby pictures. So my kids are not going to do that probably. So I'm just going to let it go. Whatever pictures I have, great. Whatever I don't have, it's all right.
yeah. No, I agree. I mean, my phone was still updating. Like this morning, I woke up and saw all my texts. Like they weren't even loaded last night, which was fine. I didn't give a shit. I feel so much better that it's done and it was fast and easy. So, like, the universe was looking out for me because I cannot handle those long processes.
Yeah, me either. I'm like, why? Why do I need it? Why? Why does it take so long? Like setting up a whole new account with a different service provider. Okay, I can see that taking time. Just getting a new phone, like, why is
Oh,
it so painful? Oh, it's so painful.
oh yeah. Yeah, I got new phones and switched services, and it was
Yeah.
hour and a half.
And I don't even like the new phones anyways. Like I don't like a big phone. I just want something small that I can just carry with me or I can put it in my pocket if I'm like walking or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I kept my phone is like the same size as my other one was. I didn't get a big one either because they also don't fit in cute little purses that you want
Yeah.
to like if I go to dinner or something, I don't take a big bag. And a lot of those phones don't fit in a cute little purse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Girl,
Anyway, Phone saga of 2025. I don't think, when was the last time you got a new phone? I think I've had this phone for like at least 3 or 4 years. I'd say 3.
Yeah, mine will be, it will be 4 years in September that I was
Okay.
my old phone because I got it when I went to the old service. And
Yeah.
then I just never like I don't need a new phone every year. I'm not one of those people.
No. No, I don't want that bill. Like, forget it. As long as my phone can take pictures and do what I want it to do, it's fine.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, so Married at First Sight,
Yeah.
14 to 18. We got in 18. These episodes were like, had a lot of snooze to them. And
Mm.
I think because I'm not familiar with the process, I
Mm.
think maybe next time I watch this and I'm familiar with the process, I might enjoy it more. I'm just like, here's my thought, my big overarching theme, thought, annoyance, whatever you want to say. Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know why these people signed up for this because none
Uh,
of them are happy about it. None of them are enjoying it. I think they all thought that they were going to find, you know, supermodels. I said that last episode, like the perfect person, and that's not reality. No, nobody, I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of the couples are not willing to work with each other or bend or try new things. It's like, this is where I am. I'm stuck here and I'm just waiting for decision day. And it's just annoying to me to like harp on the same things over and over again.
mhm.
So I don't know. That just frustrates me. And then the other part that frustrates me too. And maybe it's like the marriage, maybe it's the daunting idea of like now you're married to somebody. But when I first date somebody, like I always want to talk to them. I mean, if I like them, and I'm assuming
Yeah.
most of these people like each other at first, they seem like they do. I
Yeah.
always want to be with them. I'm always wanting to text them. I'm always wanting to spend time with them. And I'm like, man, like, so, and during these episodes, it was Michael and Chloe's wedding. And I was just thinking, man, that would be so fun because when I first date somebody, like I am just so excited about them and I want to spend all this time with them. And I'm like, that would be the right mindset to approach this with, like the
Yeah.
excitement of getting to know somebody and dating somebody and being with them. But they're all like, got married. Oh no, I married someone. And now it's like negative. And I'm just thinking, okay, married at first sight. Like, what were your expectations? I don't understand. Like, are all the seasons this way?
No, they're not. But I do think, I mean, there's always like some people who get into this and I like feeling like, oh God, I'm married. And I also think like at some point in the process, probably everyone does feel that way, but like some people are just able to move through it differently.
Yeah,
Like
these
Becca,
people are not.
right? Like I feel like Becca and Austin are moving through it the best. Like they
Mhm.
are more comfortable and all that, but what I cannot understand is his hang up with having sex with her. Like, and he keeps saying, okay, so I thought for sure they were going to have sex that night that he had all those candles in the room and they
Oh
closed the
yeah.
door. I was
Uh-huh.
like, that was the night they did it. But then in the next episode or the one after, they're like, no, we still haven't had sex. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck are you waiting on? You know, he says he's attracted, he says he desires her. So what's the problem? And now he even says, yeah, we do have an emotional connection. So it's not that because that was his big hang up before. And now what he keeps saying is, I just can't find the time. There has never been a time in my life that I can think of. I actually, when I was in the bath last night, I pondered this idea. I do not recall a time in my life where I have not had time to have sex.
Yeah.
Like, look, we don't want to be having quickie sex all the time. But if you, I mean, like sometimes you do it and it's
And
fun.
sometimes your seasons of life when you have 3 kids, you just make it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of those kids,
Yeah, speaking of kids.
Um,
I
I
don't
think it's
understand his
like,
hang up. I wish he would just be a little more open about what his hang up is. And maybe he's not attracted to her, but he kisses her. So I don't
well,
understand.
he says he is attracted. He talks to her like he is. He's talking about her boobs and all that, like how he likes them, and like he's very affectionate. Like, I don't think it's an attraction thing. What I'm wondering, this is just my own wonderment. I
You
don't,
need to go get a towel, girl. Keep going.
this is my own wonderment. I'm not sure if it's actually like accurate, obviously. But you know how she is very, she calls it sex positive, but she's like, oh yeah, like I usually move fast in relationships and I have sex. And like, I'm wondering if he's
Sex
kind of,
negative. I find
well,
sex positive an interesting term. Are
I do
people like
too.
walking around like sex negative? Is this
I
a
know. I know. I find it an interesting term as well. Um, but what I'm wondering is he worried he's not gonna like live up to her other experiences or expectations?
well, that's a good perspective to have because I was thinking maybe he's hesitant because, like, if they don't work out, he doesn't want to put himself out there in that way.
Oh,
But I didn't think about him not living up to her expectations because I feel like I very rarely have came across a man who's like has that thought, I guess.
right. But
Very rarely.
yeah, I just wonder because she's so like,
Sex positive. I mean,
yeah, whatever that means. Yeah.
I should
But
Google it.
I mean, I
Don't
get
go
what
back.
it means, but I just think it's like a weird terminology. Like, yeah, like you said, are people sex
Maybe
negative?
it's like maybe it's more like a religious thing, like when you grow up in a religious household and your parents are like, you really should only have sex with your husband. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
but
sex negative. But I don't even think
oh,
that's sex negative. I think that that's just like I don't
yeah.
know.
But the thing is, like, the more he talks about it and opens up, I'm like, well, he's definitely had sex and sexual experiences. And, he talked about having sex outside and stuff like that. So, like, and I thought the idea was cute where they went and made those terrain, are they called
Oh
terrain
yeah,
men? It
yeah,
was naked people
yeah. I thought that
in
was
it,
really cute.
those little naked figurines. I thought that was cute. But I'm just like, anyway, I just can't figure it out. And I don't understand what it means. Like, I don't have time. Like, I haven't had time to touch you. Like, even fool around. They were supposed to like fool around.
Flirt. I haven't had time to flirt with you.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you can grab a little booty in the kitchen when you're making coffee. You can, like, there's so many ways to just be cute and flirty and sexy and like touch each other and like build that?
Yeah, and they all just seem to have their walls up. Like every single person, I feel like, has walls up about something.
Yeah,
Mostly the men though, because
it is.
like
Uh-huh.
Emily's open. I mean, Claire was not, but
Oh, she wears
it's
me out.
the-
She wears me out. Oof.
yeah, I don't know that whole deal, right? Didn't they just like decide they wanted to divorce?
Well, they're
In
separated.
these episodes, yes, he said divorce, she said separation, and I was like, "Are you trying to make it nicer than what it sounds like?"
Right. And then he had that heart issue and he had to have surgery for AFib or whatever. And yeah, it's just like that's a hot mess.
I'm not surprised, but I really wish they would have like kissed or tried to kiss because you have nothing to lose. That's what I don't understand. Like if they would have kissed, you have nothing to lose. You could just
If they
either
kiss,
you could confirm one way or the other. Like you
right.
could confirm that, oh, actually he's a really good kisser, or you could confirm, oh no, this is not gonna work at all.
And I put that blame on him. I really do. Because he's the one that kept saying he was so attracted to her, but he never like touched her or
Yeah, but
was
she made it kind of clear
flirted.
that she was like, ew.
Yeah, but I think still like, well, but remember on the honeymoon, she was saying, talking to the girls about wanting to go there more and like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. He is putting his arm around me. I should touch his leg. I should like, because she wanted to do that, but she was like holding herself back. And I think if he, knowing she felt that way, like if he would have just been a little more, like even just kiss her, like you said, then it would have confirmed it or not.
Yeah.
And
I really wish they would have tried that. Like, at least just try.
yeah, well, they're married and they kissed at their wedding and it seemed normal and good. So it's like what you're saying, like, because I think they were even kissing during like all the photos and all that. Like they were like feeling it. So
Yeah.
I think it's just once they're like, I got married. It's like, and I can understand that. I would probably have a fucking panic attack. Like, is it
Yeah, but this is, like,
depending?
not permanent, clearly. Like, they all have an out. It's not like
Yeah,
they're stuck forever permanently. Like,
right.
they all have an out. What do they keep saying right now? 3 weeks till decision day. So, clearly you have an out. This
Yeah.
is not a permanent thing. So, why not just lean in and have a little fun?
That I agree with
I
you.
don't understand any
That
of
would make me feel
it.
that would I do like escape plans. I love a good escape plan. I need an exit strategy for
Yeah,
everything.
because we
Like,
live in America. Like, you're not gonna no matter what, you don't have to stay with that person forever. Like,
right.
we live in
But
America. Nobody's gonna stone you because you got a divorce.
right. So I agree with you. I love that perspective. Like, so have some fun with it. Like, why not go on your honeymoon and like if you're feeling it, fuck their brains out and see how it feels. Like, why not? Like it doesn't matter. I mean, also, but I think the pressure of wanting it to work and not wanting a divorce is what's like really like oppressing them in some way.
But that's still I still can't understand that because, okay, if you really truly don't want a divorce, then,
Uh-huh.
like, get over it. Like, Brennan is on my last nerve with his
Oh,
attitude.
Brennan.
His attitudes have been so lame. He just is so grumpy. He's so set in his ways. Oh, well, I don't want to touch you naked or with, your underwear on or whatever, but I'll give you a hug. Like, let's hug.
I
Like,
know.
whatever. I don't understand what the chip on his shoulder is because she just seems like she's so easy to get along
Heavily.
with and like just
Uh-huh.
even tempered and just fun. And he just finds something wrong with like everything she does. Like, she
Right.
dresses cute. I don't understand his deal. I really don't.
So, okay, so I just want to rewind 1 second. When
Yeah.
you were saying, when I said, like, I think that the pressure of it, because they don't want a divorce, and you said, yeah, but then I don't understand that even more. I don't understand that either. It's like, get over it because you're going to make that happen if you don't connect. Okay, so I completely agree with you. I think just to like go one little step deeper into that, I think though that is what happens. Like, that's why when we like get in our heads and and out of our bodies, we can block ourselves. Okay. And when we get into like panic, anxiety, I mean, I understand that because I've had really, really terrible anxiety for years and years and years. And I'm like I do really well managing it, but there are certain things that kick it up. And like I've had panic attacks and it it's like I can understand, and it comes also back to this competing commitments, like you want the marriage to work and at the same time, and you need to do XYZ in order to like really have the experience and have a healthy marriage. Like you need to connect physically, you need to be open. But then realizing the pressure of that can also make you want to close all of that down. And so it becomes this thing inside yourself like, okay, how do I do this dance? How do I do the dance of feeling into, okay, like I notice I'm feeling some anxiety. I notice I'm scared as shit. I notice I'm having a panic attack, whatever. And I'm still going to enter the experience fully. because I want to choose differently.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't understand. Yeah. I totally get what you're
And
saying.
it is
Sure it's not
irrational.
I'm sure it's not as simple. Yes, very irrational. I'm sure it's not as simple as what I make it seem like it could be. But I just when you sign up for a show like this,
Mhm.
you clearly are open to I mean, I would hope that you're open to a marriage of any kind because you are not in control. You're not in charge of what's going on.
Right.
So I would hope that you would go into it with an embracing mindset instead of like, I mean, I just feel like all of them, most of them had just like shut a door and they are just refusing to
Yeah.
even try and open it. And it's just really,
Yeah.
I don't understand. If Brennan's like, if he, if his moral compass says, you know, I don't want to get a divorce, then you would think that he could just open his little brain up a little bit more
Oh, I agree.
to be willing to see what's going on. And even his friend was like giving him advice, like saying, you know, what you're doing is like not the
Not
right way
productive.
to handle it. Yeah. Like, and he kind of acts like he wants advice, and he wants opinions, and he wants help, but he's not willing to even
Implement. He
try.
doesn't
Yeah.
implement any of it.
No, no,
Well,
and he doesn't like to be called out either because Dr.
right.
P is like, but you didn't do the exercise. He's like, well,
Yeah.
I did my own version. She's like, that's not what I asked you to do. Like,
Right. Right. Well, I think also it's, he gets in his head so much. And like, I would just encourage, I'm like, God, just like get in your body. Like, how does your body feel? Because I feel like on the honeymoon, he seemed much more like in his body and he was having fun and all that. And then when they got back, he has said this, he got in his head because it's like how he's portrayed and there's the pressure of being on TV and all that. Well, he knew he was signing up for a fucking reality TV show. So,
mhm.
and I understand that it can hit you like, oh shit, now it's real. But like, I think just kind of like doing some embodiment exercises, that's
Yeah.
helpful. And I also think as a man, even if it is like in your head, to go to the head and say, okay, but like, I'm going to have a strong spine about this. This is what I said I wanted. This is my wife. And I am going to do what it takes. I'm going to have the experience I need to have. I'm going to do what it takes to support her, support my marriage, and like show up as the man I say I want to be. And the man,
Hmm.
and I
Hmm.
thought it was great when Pastor Cal or whatever his name is, like showed the videos of their interviews before they met each other. And the man Brennan said he wants to be is affectionate and caring and
Hmm.
open. Okay, so you just watched that back. That's what you committed to. So put on your big boy pants, like you said last time, and have a strong spine and do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah. Cause I feel like she's really held up her end of the bargain. And I understand, like, you have to be attracted to somebody. You do.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
However, she's not like butt ugly. Like she's not a 500-pound woman. You know what I mean? Not saying 500-pound people are ugly, whatever. That was
No,
horrible.
he is
Terrible.
attracted to her, though. He
Like
is.
judgmental. But he doesn't act like he is. Like that's the thing. Like she's not
But that's
I
all
mean,
been since they got back home. Like on the honeymoon, he was very attracted. He said he was very attracted. This is not about, and his friend called him out on that. His friend said, you will find one thing, you do this all the time, and you will find one thing and then decide you're not attracted and don't like the person. And
yeah,
he was,
that's never gonna get you anywhere. Like you're never gonna be married to anybody ever at that point because not everybody is
yeah.
attractive 24/7, and
But
not
it's
everybody
not
has an attractive personality 24/7.
right.
And it's just
But
I
it's
don't
not
know.
even about the
I just
attraction. It's about his own like things that he needs to address in himself. So I
yes.
think Chloe, is that her name? Chloe, Michael's wife?
Mhm.
Okay. I think she's a great example of, or so far has been a great example of how to handle this like beautifully because it was funny. She kind of reminds me of me in some ways.
Yeah.
Like the night of their wedding, the next morning they were joking about it because she like woke up like 3 or 4 times straight out of her sleep with panic attacks and like would just sit up out of bed and like freak out and look around. And he was like, oh, okay. Like, okay, this is what's happening, but it's fine. Like he was really, I think he does great masculine containment, like
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, that's what I was thinking as far as attraction goes. I'm like, Michael, you were not like really my jam, maybe, but the more I'm listening to you talk, I am very
Me too.
find you very appealing.
Me too. So,
The way he's like taking care of her and moving with
yes.
her. Because at first, like when he was asking her if she like liked him, his outfit or whatever the case is, I'm like, man, he keeps asking her a lot. And then like when they were doing their massages, he said something again about how he looked. And then he went in to like compliment her, and I was like, wow, like you're doing such a good job. And even with her freakouts, he's doing such a good job.
Yeah, he's doing such a great job containing her. I mean, it's beautiful to watch. And also, she is doing such a great job containing herself because, like, her own inner masculine is on board to support her feminine journey that she says she wants to have. So,
Yeah.
like, even when they were talking at their dinner, like, when she had, he took a bath, which I thought was cute, and she, like, had the dinner ready. Um, they were sitting down and she said to him, I noticed that I started to do this thing that I always do, like in the past, that keeps me from having the kind of relationship I want. So I just decided I'm not going to do that this time. So I'm going to talk to you and open up and tell you what's going on. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, girl, that is your masculine online for what your feminine is desiring in this relationship. You want marriage, you're ready, you want a relationship, and your masculine is stepping up for you. And then his masculine came in even stronger and was like, yes. And I want to hear all about it. And I trust you. And I want you to know that eventually that you can get to a place where I'm the shoulder you can cry on. And like he was like, man, he took it up a level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Because I was
where,
afraid she was backing out, and I was like, oh no.
yeah. But like where her own masculine got her to this place, and then he's like, and I want to be even bigger than your masculine. I want my masculine to be even bigger than yours, which is so fucking sexy. Like, oh my God, a woman can just like melt into all of her softness in that.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised to see that from him, really, because I think in the beginning I said to you, I felt like he was a little too feminine for me. But like just when we saw the interviews and stuff,
Yeah.
but seeing him in that dynamic, whoa.
Yeah. It's definitely different because I do feel like he comes off kind of like feminine.
Mhm.
And even when he's talking to his friends and stuff. But I think, yeah, I think he's got a lot to offer. So hopefully they work it out. They were a breath of fresh air because everybody else is just annoying to me at this point. Just like, okay, the same song and dance. And I'm not in on it. And maybe it's the way it's produced and presented. Like some things I think just like drag on and they're
Mm.
not as exciting as like other shows where, it's cut down shorter and you just get less information. So they make it look a certain way. But I
Which
don't
I
know.
think is funny because
I
we
did
often
enjoy
say we want to
it.
see more of the depths. And then like we're watching the depths and you're like, I don't know if I like seeing the depths.
Well, it's not even just the depths. I guess it's just annoying to me that we're just continuing the same cycle and the same patterns. And like, I understand it's a short amount of time, but I'm just ready to see people break those patterns and like fully embrace the decision that they have made, because I feel like with all of these doors being shut and them not even being willing to bend or open it just a crack,
Yeah.
we're just at a standstill at this point, and we're just harping on the same things over and over and over again.
Right. So I think personally, um, some of that I will put on. I mean, okay, let me get all of it out. I was gonna say I think some of that I put on the experts. I think that yes, the people have to do the work that the experts tell them to do. Like the people have to be committed to owning their shit. They have to be committed to showing up, to choosing differently. That's uncomfortable. They got to be willing to look at themselves and in all of their discomfort and hold the space for that. And that is hard work. The reason I say I kind of put some of this on the experts is because I don't feel like the experts are actually containing them very well or like
Mhm.
giving them feedback that pushes them or, you know, like pushes them is probably the wrong word, but like I just feel like a lot of the feedback is kind of wishy-washy and like they don't say, okay, wait. Okay, for instance, Emily, this last time when they were talking to Pastor Cal, you could so tell like she is not saying what she means. She's beating around the bush. She's like, so in that instance, I personally think it would be helpful to say, okay, are you saying clearly what you really mean? I feel like I'm getting mixed messages out of what you're saying. Or I feel
Yeah.
like there's more that you're not saying. Do you not feel safe to say it in this environment? Like what's going on? Um, and kind of like, or in some other way, bring to her attention because her part in what she needs to own in the Brennan situation is she is not saying what she means to him.
Hmm.
She is not saying what she means. She is wishy washy, beating around the bush, holding it in because so she's agreeing to play his game by his rules.
Yes, yes, that's what I was thinking. Like she's reflecting the same thing he's doing. Like she's giving him back what he's doing to her, just not.
Yeah. And if she doesn't want that, then she's got to interrupt the pattern and say, I'm not going to participate in in the way you're showing up. I'm going to show up authentic to me, which maybe this is authentic to her to be this way. But then that just shines a light on something she needs to address in herself because like it was so obvious that she's not. And then she went and talked to her friend and she let it all out. And we saw like everything she really thought and felt, but she's not saying that to the experts. And it's clear when they're talking with the experts that these people are not being transparent. Like it's clear. It's not even like, well, I'm as an expert thought they told me the truth. No, it's obvious. They're like, especially with her. Her face says everything. I'm like that too. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
and
I love watching her faces that she makes.
yeah. And I even thought that Dr. Pia didn't give good sex advice to Becca and Austin. Like I didn't like the advice she gave them.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. I haven't really heard the experts say or share anything that's been like mind blowing, except for the one time Dr. Cal was like, "Well, who says you're not in love already?" Like that was a good one.
Yeah,
But
that was good.
yeah, I agree, because it's not even like, to me, I guess if you're going to make this work and make this be successful, you would think the expert would like start with the couple and then like do exercises with them like every day. Okay, this is an issue. All right, let's meet every day, because they have it in their power, I'm sure, somewhere in there. Um, let's meet every day and let's do these exercises every day, or whatever. And it doesn't have to be take off your clothes and like touch each other. Just like lay on the floor and hold hands, or go to a park and hold hands and lay on a blanket for a while or something. Just something just so easy.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Even, yeah, even just, okay, like what is it that you all do together? Right. So we see Becca and Austin like preparing food a lot together and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Okay. How can we make that a little sexier? How can we make that more flirtatious? How can we bring in, whatever? Or the same with Emily and Brennan. I thought the advice for them to like develop friendship was the worst advice on planet Earth. And I loved that Pastor Cal said, um, look, we're going to avoid the F word, the friendship word, because once you friend zone someone, it's like that's your wife or your husband. That's not just your friend. Yes, you want to
Right.
friendship with them,
Mhm.
but when you like backtrack to that after they've already had this romance and passion, it does like keep the romance and passion and build the friendship.
Yes. And I think, like, why aren't the experts even just talking to each other about it? Because, like, when I was teaching, that's what you did. You got together with your people and you sat down and discussed the child and tried to come up with a plan. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a one person. I mean, yes, obviously one person does a lot of the work, but that's what a team is for. So why aren't the experts getting together as a team and
Yeah.
like being on the same page? Because that would be confusing for one person to be like, oh, you guys need to
Yes.
develop a friendship. And then the other person's like, well, that was not a good idea. Like, we're not, you don't need to do that. Like,
Yeah, I
I don't
totally.
know. I think once they get their mind set on something, that's where the experts should come in and help them open their minds and
Yeah.
try and, remind them, okay, why did you come on this show? What was the point? Do you really want to be married? Now you're married. How can you
Mhm.
make this work? Like,
I think somebody just needs to like have the courage with Brennan specifically to just tell him, like, dude, if you don't want to look like an ass, then don't act the way you're acting right now because this makes you
uh,
look like an ass on TV.
yeah,
Like,
you're trying so hard to look a certain way that you're not even like being authentic to who you are, probably. And yeah, it's backfiring.
yeah, for sure. And I think that, like, you can know, see, or I'll say I can see because, that's the kind of when I meet with clients or whatever, a big part of the exchange is what I see happening in their bodies, like just in their body language, whatever.
Mhm.
And I get curious about that. And I can see with Brennan, he is locked the fuck up. Like he's got himself on lockdown. He is
Mhm.
stiff. He barely breathes. He's shallow breathing. His chest doesn't move. He's just like this all the time. And
But
I think it's like just doing things to get him in his body. Like even when they went and played soccer, I felt like they had such a good time, but he was more in his body. But I think like there are so many ways to access what he says he wants, like to help him access actions that would get him there,
Mhm.
that the experts are not at all handling, which is partly why I was like, I don't even want to watch the fucking expert show, episode 13. That's why we skipped it in part because I was like, I don't feel like they're the best experts they could have.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be kind of, I guess now that we're talking about this, I would be kind of curious what they have to say in a group together, but I really didn't want to spend the time at the time. I didn't want to spend the time on listening to them because I'm like, okay, let's just get into the next episode. That's how
Right.
I was this last episode too, because once 18 finished and then 19's previews came around, I was like, oh, we're gonna get some excitement instead of these like snooze fests that we've been having. What did you think about like all of the couples at Michael and Chloe's wedding? And
I was just getting
I
ready. I
thought it
just
was
looked at my
interesting that
notes.
like, Brennan and Orion were the ones like talking to Michael, and I was like, who picked these two? I
Right.
guess they're all you
So
have right now, but who thought this was a good idea?
right. So I actually was just gonna bring up the wedding too, and I was gonna bring up
They don't even take their own advice.
I know. I was gonna bring up the Lauren and Orion talking, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But I do think it's important to take advice from people that you actually admire and you love how they live their life. You know, when people try to give me advice and I don't look at their life and think, God, I would like that kind of life, or I admire that, or I really think that they've got their shit together. I'm like, no, thank you. I do not want your advice. So to me, having Brennan and Orion talk to Michael was like, and give him advice was like the most bizarre, absurd thing because they're like struggling through it. I mean, Orion is
Yeah.
like getting divorced and said he wants a divorce, so he for sure shouldn't be like telling him what's what. And then Brennan is over here, can't even breathe. He's not in his masculine around this stuff. So like, yeah, it was bizarre.
It was really, yeah, it was really strange. And I mean, they did okay. I was waiting to see what they had to say. They did okay. I'm like, death, doom, and destruction. I don't know. I just think Orion is like just so childish because when he was talking to Lauren and he said something about being stubborn, I'm like, yeah, because you're a child. You are very immature. You are super childish. Like, I mean, I guess as a mature adult who just got married and says that they want all of these things, you have to be able to accept the person you've married and move forward. Like, it is super childish to be like, well, you said something not nice and I am unattracted to you and I'm taking my toys and I'm going home. Like,
I
good
know.
grief. And the thing that's bizarre to me is like, she is an African American woman. Like, if he said that to me, little Miss White girl, who I don't know. I mean, I have not done ancestry stuff. I'm sure I have some excitement in my background, but I could see how he could look at me and be like, "Oh, how dare you!" But you're looking at somebody else who has also had things
I
go
can't even
on,
see
right?
how he could say that to you. I because you know what?
Well, thank you.
Because white people also, I think it's belittling and I think it's rude to act like just because someone is white, they haven't been through shit in their life and they don't understand things. And
Well, here's
just like,
the reality. Like, Orion has not personally experienced people in his culture being scalped. Like, he did not personally experience that or
yeah.
live through that. His in his
Well,
past, but it's not like a current it's
yeah.
not a current situation for his
Well,
culture.
it
It's not
didn't,
like
yes.
this.
And it's like
So,
it does live in your DNA. And like I understand that. Like you can feel generational trauma. But the thing is, part of this is my opinion, part of the responsibility of feeling that those types of traumas is to like heal them through connection, right? And through pleasure and through creating joy and through celebrating who you are and where you're from, not acting like you have to ignore it like, oh, I'm not red skinned. You are fucking red skinned. Celebrate the shit out of that.
yeah,
And to
instead
think
of it's like
that,
offensive comment.
and I don't even know, I mean, look, I mean, it's fine. We don't even have to go down that path. But the scalping thing to me is like, for him to say that that's what that means when people say redskin, and that's like all that that means is just, again, him denying who he is.
Yeah. Well,
It
I
is,
guess to me, what I was thinking he would be more understanding to Lauren is because, like,
yeah, she's a Black woman.
yeah, so you would have more, like, I don't want to say things in common. I don't know. I just, in a little bit, I can do that. It just amazes me the people who just go around and they're just like looking for
Mhm.
things and like just waiting for it. Like that's, and I think maybe even in that conversation, I think it's supposed to be just like a, you know, okay, you have a cultural specialty, whatever. I have a cultural specialty, whatever people want to say. And like it was just supposed to be like a connection conversation. And like,
Right.
what have you experienced in your lifetime? And then it just like, I don't know. It just got out of hand quickly because of him just waiting to be offended, in my opinion. Like he
Yeah.
just is waiting for somebody to offend him.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah, I think it's such a interesting thing because people, it seems there are just some people that look for differences and like not differences in a connecting way, but differences in a like, so we are separate. We
Yeah.
are um not, we have nothing in common. You cannot
Yeah. Hmm.
understand me. I
Exactly.
cannot understand you. Or differences like, oh, and in our differences, there are still similarities, right?
Right.
In our
Hmm.
differences, we still can find connection and similarity and understanding
Hmm.
for one another.
Yeah. Because I think it's meant to be a bonding
Yes.
conversation. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be like a bonding thing. And I mean, he said that he's used derogatory terms in the past and he was sorry, like, because he didn't know. Well, here
So
she
he
is.
said
She
he used
doesn't
the N word.
know. Yes. Here she is. She doesn't know. And then there's no forgiveness for her. But in the past, he could just forgive himself
Yeah.
because he's offending somebody else. And now that he's offended, there's just, I don't know. I think he made the wrong choice because I feel like she just is the most compassionate, understanding person, and that seems to be what he needs as a
Right.
child.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say. What I was going to say was in their conversation at the wedding, I feel like she handled herself so beautifully, so well. You really saw how mature she is, how understanding she is.
Mhm.
And I I took away from that conversation that she, again, like I said the other day, I think it may have been in our last episode, that I think she's coming out ahead and she's going to be like, I dodged a bullet, especially if she watches any of this back.
Yeah. Hmm. That's if she doesn't give him a second chance because they were
Oh,
teasing
I know.
that.
I
So
know.
we'll see. I have a feeling like even if she does, I don't know, he's gonna have to make some major changes in
Ugh.
his personal self to like make that work. But I don't know. Chloe and Michael, let's go back to them. Are a breath of fresh air. I'm really excited to see that. And then I was like questioning Claire a couple times during these episodes when she was
Uh-huh.
like inserting herself into like
Me
Brennan and
too.
Emily's situation. And she also is the same person that Lauren was talking to. So I was like,
Me too.
so
Same
is
thing.
this the best? I mean, maybe Lauren wanted to talk to Claire, and I don't think Claire's a bad person. I think, you have your own stuff going on. I don't know that it's your place to go. I could see why you would want to, like, because I've been in situations before. I'm like, gosh, like I really wish he just knew this information. So I'm going to tell him this information. But then after the fact, it's like, I don't need to insert, like, the chips are going to fall how they fall. I don't need, what I'm saying is not going to change anything necessarily. Like, it's not my place to be in that situation.
Right. I feel like I felt very similarly to you. I feel like she was really inserting herself, and it's almost like sometimes she makes the problem bigger.
Yes, because I was just gonna say that, like, because she's kind of the one that like initiated the problem, I
Mhm.
thought, and she's like, "No, I'm just genuinely curious."
She
And I'm like,
did it.
"Are you genuinely curious, or are you hoping other people are also gonna be like not successful because you weren't successful?" Like, I had that question in the back of my mind, like,
Yeah,
are you like poking the bear just to see other people have the same issues?
right. No, I did. I just have a, she's just not my favorite. She hasn't been from the beginning because I just don't like her attitude in general. And I feel like she unnecessarily stirs the pot a lot. And I think it's just not a good situation. I think she's immature in a lot of ways,
Yeah. Yes,
especially
and I
like
think Cameron
for her
would have been
age.
good for her.
Yes,
The longer we got to know Cameron, I think he would have been good for her in the long run to like
right.
it would have been a good balance. So I could see where the experts could yeah. I see all of these matches from the experts' perspectives.
Yes.
I just wish that people were more open-minded to this.
Yeah. To the process.
Yes.
So I was just looking at my notes and I wrote something down that was kind of funny that I have
Okay.
to say. I don't know why this is, but I was watching like at Michael and Chloe's wedding and then they cut the cake.
Mhm.
First of all, it was like cute. He was like licking it off of her wedding dress because he like got some icing on it or whatever. But then she was like smearing it on his face. I hate, hate when
I do
people
too.
put cake on people's face at the wedding.
I do too. I'm like I'm not into that. Like it to me, you know,
Ugh,
romance, whatever. Like I forget. I think we talked about that before we got married because I don't like it either. I don't like it when people shove the cake in each other's faces. Like maybe at a baby shower, if you cut a cake at a baby shower, you could be playful then, but I don't understand.
I don't even see, like, I do
That's
not
not my
want
thing.
someone shoving cake in my mouth or someone smearing it all over my face. Like, I don't like it. But you know what I think it reminds me of?
What?
Like, you know how we talked about, I think it may have been John. He didn't like wet willies.
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
And on Farmer Wants a Wife. And I was like, yeah, I agree. I do not want people to be like, I love playfulness. I love playfulness, but I don't like it like you're a little boy on the playground treating me. It's not even mean, but like kind of, like how little boys on the
Mhm.
playground act about a girl they like.
Yeah.
Like that's gross to me. I don't want that energy in a man that is
Yeah,
like I'm with. So
right.
I'm like,
And
yeah.
I think for me it depends. I think like I don't mind playful. Like I think
I mean, I love
sometimes yes,
playful.
it can be like wrong and negative or whatever. But like yeah, it's kind of like read the room. Like know who you're dealing with. Read the room. And
Yeah.
honestly, that whole wet willy thing is coming back to me. I would never give somebody a wet willy that I like just met kind of. And it was a boy that I liked.
I would never give a man, as a woman, I would never give anyone a wet willy. Like I'm an adult now. And I think this is the exact thing what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
To me, it's the difference between a boy and a man.
Yes.
I want a man.
Yeah.
And a man
I
can
think a good
play.
wet willy can prove a point when it needs to. Because like so Jeremy does not like wet willies. And there are certain things that he'll do to me that I'm like, I don't like that. Like that's not an invited thing, whatever. So
Uh-huh.
I will compare that to a wet willy. Like, you know how you don't like this? Like, that's how I feel about what you're doing.
Oh yeah, good.
You know? Or
But
like,
do you
yeah.
go give him a wet
I'll give
willy?
I think I've given him a wet willy maybe 5 times since I've known him.
Uh,
Maybe. Maybe. But it's mostly to prove a point. Like, okay, you don't like it. Like, this is what
Right.
you're doing. This is how it makes me feel.
I just think if I say I don't like something, someone needs to stop doing it. Or if they say they don't like something,
Yes.
they need to, like,
Yes.
I
I
need to stop
completely
doing
agree.
it. I mean, and I
I
don't mean,
completely agree. But boys are different. And like when you say, I don't like that, like something in them triggers, like their childhood comes back and they want to just do it again and again and again
again,
or whatever.
little boy energy.
Yeah.
Again, like,
Yes.
and that isn't when you are, I'm just going to be blunt. Okay. Like when you're fucking somebody, it's just, you're not, you don't want a little boy energy like that. Now,
No.
man playfulness, like, is so hot and sexy, right? Like, yes, like throw me on the bed, like be like, not, and it doesn't even have to be in the bedroom. I'm just using that as an
Hmm.
example. But like, there are ways for men to play that it's so fun and hot, even. But I think for, and she was the one smearing the cake on his face, just to be clear. Like, I know we're talking like if men do things, but like,
Yeah.
she smeared that on his face, and I was just like, oh no, I hate that. I just don't, I just don't think it's cute. I don't think it's cute. Don't, I actually, what I think would be cute, well, what he just did, I wasn't even thinking that about him doing it, but I was like, if you accidentally got some on their face and you like licked it off, or like, that's cute.
Yeah.
Don't like smear it on there on purpose. And like when he accidentally got it on her dress and he licked it off of her arm, like that was cute and sexy. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes, there is a very big difference. And I've never really thought about like little boy energy, but now I'm like thinking about, okay, that explains why I'm annoyed by so many different things.
Yeah.
Because it's little boy energy, it's not masculine.
Yeah.
Now
And
I
it's
have a
like,
whole bunch of, I don't want to say ammo. Now I have a whole bunch of
clarity.
ideas on how to approach different, yes, clarity on how to approach different situations.
Yeah.
Like, this is not manly. Like, I want a good, strong man.
Right. Yeah. And I think it's like, if they want to play in their prince, like with their friends, go live your life. Go be little boy with your friends and do that, you know? Or like, even if you're like out doing fun things together and they're real playful, like in, okay, I'll just use like, okay, go ride roller coasters and be in an amusement park and play and have fun.
Yeah.
You're there, that is like engaging that fun prince, whatever, but it's also, you can still be masculine man containment in that. Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
now run rampant because you're like off riding roller coasters and playing, that now you're like giving wet willies and smearing shit all over your girlfriend or wife. Like, have some boundaries.
Okay, let's go down the list. We're gonna say masculine or little boy energy for these guys. Okay, so let's start with Brennan. He's a good one to start with. What would you say, little boy or masculine?
I would say he's in his wounded. Ooh, yeah, now let me think if he's in his wounded feminine or wounded masculine. I think he's in his wounded masculine.
I was gonna say confused masculine. He's
Yeah,
confused about
yeah,
how to be masculine. He wants to be, but he's confused.
but
Okay,
yeah, and it's coming from wounding. I mean, that's what happens
yeah.
from some
Okay,
type
so
of wounding. Yeah,
Austin. What about Austin?
little boy.
Okay. I was gonna go once you said the wounded thing. I'm like, well, maybe he is wounded, and that's why he doesn't want to have sex with his wife.
But I feel like his face and like the way he acts, he gets in this like little like shy, like,
Mm.
I just don't have time to have sex. Like, I don't know. It
I
just
don't have
seems
time to
little
flirt
boy.
with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Orion.
Oh God.
Orion.
He's like wounded feminine energy.
Little boy.
Yeah. He is like, oh, I don't even know.
Little girl. Little girl energy. Poor Orion. He's got Lauren would be good for him if he would just let her. Who am I missing? Michael, I guess, is our new one. Oh, I forgot Claire and Cameron.
Cameron.
I wanted to say Charlie. I'm like, that is not right. Who's Charlie? Okay. Claire and Cameron. So Cameron.
Cameron started in, I would say, more wounded masculine, but I feel like I think he ended back up in the wounded masculine by saying like he wouldn't penetrate her. Like, I don't mean sexually, but with his energy.
Yeah.
But he
Okay.
definitely, yeah. Michael, I think, is just full on masculine right now.
I would say Cameron and Michael are probably the more out of all the men, the more like strong spined out of all of them, I would say.
Yeah.
Because Cameron knows what he wants. And I think if Claire would have been open, it could have been like a great thing. Like I really think it could have he could have really made it work.
Yeah, I can see
and
your
yeah,
perspective on that.
Michael so far is kicking butt.
Yeah, Michael so far is like in his healthy masculine, and it's gorgeous. And he's blending feminine in there, right? Like with his style, with his like he has a lot of feminine. He does, which is fine. But like sometimes men with a lot of the feminine energy don't have a well-developed masculine, but so far it looks like God, he's got a real strong masculine because his feminine, like he's developed his masculine to be even stronger than his feminine. He's got a strong feminine, so that means his masculine's like real yeah, and I see your perspective on Cameron. I think because he didn't really say to her with a strong spine, this is what I want, and I want you, and I'm attracted to you, and I want our marriage to work. And like, since he started kind of like pulling out of that, I felt, and and look, this gets a little murky because obviously we want men who know when enough's enough.
Yeah.
To say this is a no now. That's healthy boundaries, but I don't think he ever fully, with a strong spine, said where he wanted to lead their marriage before he did the pull out.
Yeah.
Like he got like half chub.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great way to put it. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. 19 looks like it's got some good juice to it. Oh, and also we should tell our listeners next week on Monday, it's the very first episode of Bachelor in Paradise, and we're going to be tuning in. I am so excited they brought this back. You've never watched it, right?
I haven't never watched it. So
you are in for a treat.
Yeah.
You're for a treat. I don't know if you'll remember everybody that's on there. Do you remember hey guys, just for a minute. Do you remember Dale from Claire and Dale? Claire's season where they like fell in love after like 3 dates or whatever, and they
vaguely. Yeah.
So he's gonna be on this season.
He is.
Yeah, I'm like shocked, and I'm like super excited to see how this goes. Quit.
So yes, and I'm gonna be at the lake, so I'm gonna make a conscious effort. Is it like an hour or 2 hours?
I think it's an hour. It could be two. I don't really know, to be honest with you. It might be two.
Well, it doesn't matter either way. I can like when I'm just like laying out or something, tune in on my phone even and
let the boys play and you have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. Well, have fun on your trip.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. The whole are here.
It's a party in that house. It's the party. Wait, isn't that a song? It's the party.
Lost Cause.
What is that song?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Is it like a house party? Is it
No.
a country song?
No, I was thinking of it's
I don't know.
It's like Cardi B or something.
I have
Oh
no
my
idea.
God, no. Do you know what song I was thinking of?
No.
This is horrible that I know some hoes in this house. For some
Listen,
reason, I was thinking there's a party in this house and it says
it's
there's
hilarious.
hoes in this house or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That was funny.
We'll have
Okay.
to change those to crybabies. I'm sure crybabies.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, you all have fun. And
Okay.
this has been great.
Yeah, we'll talk next week.
All right. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.